All right, I'm live. In fact, I've been live for 10 seconds and didn't say anything till just now. So excuse my pause. Okay, so I'm Mike Caton from Ace Method Coaching, and here I am reviewing another wave of 5 videos that have been sent to me for the chance at getting a free technique review. That's what these are. If this is something that intrigues you and you want to be part of this, you can go to my website at acemethodcoaching.com. Go to the hurdle page, and you'll see there the opportunity where there's some free stuff. One of them is a hurdle technique cheat sheet. The other is free video analysis. That's where you go here, fill out an quick, easy form, send a video. I'll choose 5. I try to do it weekly, but lately I haven't, just because it's off season and not getting as many. So by the way, this is a good opportunity. If you've been wanting me to review one of your videos, they're not coming in quite as fast right now because in the US it's off season. So just that's where the bulk of the people are. So if you have a good video you want me to see, now's a good chance, send it in. But anyway, so if you like this, and you want a real version of this, because what you're seeing here are just quick little 5-minute segments that I do on people. But in an actual virtual coaching session, I spend a whole lot more time and energy in looking at your video or videos, answering all your questions so I can help you get faster. And the feedback that I get is phenomenal. So if you're really serious about hurdling, don't hope to get a quick 5-minute review. Sign up for a virtual coaching session and you won't be disappointed. Okay, I'm going to jump right in. Let's see here. I've been looking at the wrong screen all this time. Okay, you know what? I want to do something really quick. I want to go to here because I have a new background. This is my first time actually seeing it. Not bad, not bad. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so some things that I want to tell you new about ACE. First is, obviously, I've been doing more videos reviewing Olympics races, and those are going really well. So I'm going to do more of those. I've got a couple more coming up. In fact, this weekend, Saturday, or I think it's Saturday morning Eastern time, I'm putting out one. What's funny is I can't remember which one it is. I think it's the women's. Okay, darn it, that's embarrassing. Let me see if I can figure this out. I'll tell you really quick which one is coming out this weekend. Oh, it's not even scheduled yet. Oh, yeah, it's about Grant Holloway getting beat for the first time in a while. Okay. So it's actually really pretty cool. So definitely check that out. The other thing is, if you are interested in AI and you want help, I have created my own. Let me get back to where I was real quick. I have created my own, what's called a custom GPT, right? Own AI version of me, where I put in all of my information. It analyzed all my videos, my website, my emails, frequently asked questions from me, emails, everything. And so it thinks like me, but even better than me. And you can go there and you can ask questions and you'll get really great answers. So if there's anything you want to know about hurdling or running or track in general and how to get faster, how to get better, 24/7 for free, go to my website, acemethodcoaching.com. Go to the contact me section, and you'll see a link out to my GPT. It's amazing. I can't believe how good it is. So check it out and let me know what you think. Okay, I'd love to hear from you. Okay, so I am going to get back into here. I'm getting into the videos. These are the people that I'm reviewing this week. Dima, Odie, Rihanna, Savio, and Tobias. Okay, so let me get into Dima first. Here's Dima. Dima's in the 10th grade, 4th year hurdling. And he basically just says, I need to be faster. Okay, I'm getting a visitor. Somebody coming here? Okay. Real quick, let me switch. Okay, come here. Come here. Come here. Look in there. This is my granddaughter, June, who's we're taking care of her this weekend. So she's going to bed, and she wanted to say goodnight to her grandpa. Say goodnight. Give me a hug. Okay.
I'll give you a hug.
Give me a hug. Okay. Okay. Okay.
I give Papa a hug and give me a kiss.
Okay. Good night. All right.
Good night, Papa.
Good night, June.
Good night, Papa.
Okay. All right, back to where I was. Okay. So Dima, like I said, 10th grade, 4th year hurdling, just says he needs to be faster. How could he get faster? Let me check him out. And this is a day where I admit I'm not as prepared, meaning I have my 5 all set up, but I have not spent the time really looking at these like I like to do these days to be more prepared. So I'm back to where I used to be, where I'm like, you're seeing me figure it out on the spot. Okay, you look pretty good. Okay, I will say this. Your start seems funny to me. Like I see what you're doing. I mean, I see that you obviously know a lot. You're obviously being coached. But here's what you need to know. Okay. I mean, I see that you're trying to go with the low heel recovery. All that's great. But the problem is when you do that, like that first step was pretty good. Second step was too far out in front of your center of mass. Your first 4 steps need to be pushing back into the track, but not only that, your body needs to be leaning forward to where your feet are actually behind your center of mass, right? And yours, starting with your second step, are reaching well out in front of your center of mass. So even though you're working to get a low heel recovery, you're missing the mark on your starts. Okay? So keep that in mind. Number 1, I would work on your starts. And then, so if you see here, look at this step here. I mean, you're definitely, you're clawing out. I mean, you're getting your foot well out in front of you. But it is, on the positive side, it is coming down. And this is not a bad step right here, okay? Shin straight up and down. So that's good. So I'm looking at, okay, let me just do this in order. I'm going to look at your right foot, plants on the ground, pushes hard off. And I'm looking at your left knee. I do see your leg swinging around. See how your foot is rotated, your hip is rotated? So you're not bringing your lead leg straight through, you're swinging it around clockwise. You're a little high on that hurdle, but I think that your hurdle is low, so you'd probably be really good on another hurdle, on a higher hurdle. This here is a nice looking, very nice looking position on your touchdown. Everything looks good. Your foot, your leg, your hips, your leg, everything looks really good. Okay, not bad, not bad. Not bad. This is good. I mean, your foot, your touchdown foot right here, your plant foot, is moving back into the track, which I got to say is exceptional for a high schooler. And when it does hit, your shin is straight up and down. This is like elite stuff. And this looks like good spacing. So let's see what you do here. Okay, this here is a good looking move. I do see one thing though, but let me say what I like. Right here where you're on your toe, what I look for is hard drive off the leg. I see it. I look for, again, at this point, I look for a knee that is, the thigh is parallel to the ground, driving at the hurdle. I see that. I look for a foot that is behind the knee. I see that. I see you leaning into it. I see your arms looking good. So all this looks good, except I see that you're leaning to the left, and I see that your foot is rotated out, like I told you before, because I should not see the underside of your shoe, which I do. That means your hip is rotated. So there's a little rotation force going with your lower body swinging clockwise and your upper body having the lean to the left to compensate. I would work on that. Other than that, this looks, so right here, when your heel gets here, looks good, looks good, looks good. Everything looks really good. Coming down on the hurdle, very nice, very nice, very nice. Looks really good. So Dima, I don't know, man. You really are doing well. I'm not seeing anything technically other than what I already told you about your start and about the lead leg and the lean. But you are landing very nicely. Okay, the other thing, this will be my third thing. I like to try to find 3 things on these freebies. Try to, right here when you come into the hurdle, try to bring yourself up taller. See how you actually seem to be going lower, like you sunk down there. You even squashed your, here, let me go back to here. Right here, how you're kind of like, you know, a little bit curved. Go and watch the video of the guys in the Olympics. when they come up to the hurdle, that step, you can actually see them. They'll literally lift up to get tall because they want to get in a higher angle to come down on the hurdle. And you're doing the opposite. You're coming down. Other than that, my friend, that is it. I think technically you're a very good hurdler. Very good. I would put you in a really high bracket of high school hurdlers. So, except those little things that I mentioned. So work on those. So if you want to get faster, it might not just come from technique, because your technique looks pretty awesome. Maybe you need to work. See, that's this thing is I'm not doing a full session with you, so I don't know everything about you. I don't know what your speed is like. I don't know what your strength and power training is like. I would probably work on that. But I found 3 things for you. I hope that helps. Okay, Odie. Odie, I recognize this name. College sophomore. Says that he is usually first person to the first hurdle, but everybody catches him by the time he gets to the second hurdle. That's tragic. Let's figure that out. Okay. Well, I mean, you're a college hurdler, been hurdling for a while, I'm sure. You know a lot. You got a lot going on. That's good. Let me tell you what I see, though. Heel strike, heel strike. So I don't like that you're running on your heels, landing out in front of your center of mass so much. This right here, that's jabbing into the ground. So you might be getting here, but it's not obvious, but you have lost speed here because you let your lead leg stab into the ground versus what we just saw with Dima, where the leg is coming down. Yours is stabbing forward into the ground, so that's slowing you down. Okay, also, maybe because you don't have full speed, let me see what you look like at the second hurdle. So you're bringing that lead arm up soon, like in preparation to pull it up high. I wouldn't do that. I would just stick it out like from your chest. Feel like you're reaching over to that seatbelt, pulling it back and snapping it in place, not bringing it over the top like that. That's another thing that I would do. Okay, look at this. So this isn't a bad look right here, but what I should see is from the time your heel gets to the top bar on the hurdle, it should start then coming down, and yours is going up really high, then forward, and then it starts to come down like a foot late, at least maybe a foot and a half. So we got to figure out why aren't you coming down. So it might be that you're too close to the hurdle and you're jumping up at the hurdle. And then the action of your trail leg is also a little bit funny. I think it's a little bit slow coming through. It should have been a little farther at this point. And then comes really big. Boom. You have a bit of a gap here. Let me go back to this one. Yeah, your trail leg should have made its way around earlier, sooner than what I'm seeing here. Yeah. Which makes me wonder. Nope, it's tucked in pretty good. You're just not pulling you need to pull your trail leg through sooner. The action of it is pretty good though. That was a good, it actually is really good. This is a very good, forceful bringing down of your trail leg. Reaching out, landing on your heels, reaching out, landing on your heels, swinging that lead arm, I think, too high, and then you need to pull that trail leg through a little sooner. That's what I'd work on. Okay. All right, Rihanna. Rihanna, 10th grade, first year hurdling, lane 7. I looked at this briefly, and you look fast. Go from here. Okay, let me make sure I know where 7 is. So I think this is you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is you in the white shirt, white top. So you're up there fighting for the win. Okay, let me play it full speed. Okay, you got a lot of good stuff going on for somebody in your first year of hurdling. You're real natural, real natural. You're obviously fast, quick, look at those quick steps. Man, you know how many first year sophomore girls would kill to be able to 3-step with quick steps like you? So good job, good job. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Okay, but you didn't come here just to be told how fast you are. You want to get faster. So let me tell you what you need to do. I really like how quick your steps are. But I would rather, like I see, let me show you something. Okay, I'm gonna use this other girl as an example. Nah, it's not a great example. Okay, so I'm looking at your feet, the way they touch down. So flat-footed right there, kind of flat-footed there. You did strike at the ball of your foot, but it's very spongy when I say that. Like, the thing that just popped out to me whenever I watch your feet is you want to see a foot hit the ground like this. And there's some rigidity in the feet and the ankles and the calves. So imagine that you're jumping rope, you're jumping in place, or you're jogging in place. And you notice the way your foot hits the ground at that point, it's kind of stiff. It flexes, but it's stiff. That's what you want when you're sprinting, because you want it to snap off the ground. Yours are like you're letting them hit softly into the ground, so you're giving up some of your speed there. So that's one thing I would work on. Okay. So now I'm looking. Pretty good look. I can see that you are swinging your lead leg a little bit out from the side, not terribly. Okay, let me see here. Okay, okay. I coach another girl who does something similar to this. I do have to say that you are a bit upright more than you should be. Like girls don't need to lean very far, but this is too straight up, okay? I like the way she looks here. You look a little bit like a dancer. I put in the same category, gymnasts, dancers, and cheerleaders. You remind me of that. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the background of yours. Just because of this leap with the straight leg and the just how you look like you're going up. And also, I want you to notice your hips and shoulders should always be facing forward. Always. But what you've done is you've let your hip open out a little bit to the left. See how your hips are turned, and that's going to cause your trail leg to be a little bit laggy behind you and come through later. It should have been a little farther forward at this point. So that's the second thing. Keep your hips facing forward. And the third thing is when you are touching down here, your leg should be going forward, 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 so that when you're right here, your knee should have been a little higher, but yours is just sort of dropping. And then right here at this point where you're on your toe, let me draw this. This should have been a little straighter, so you're driving off this. That's a terrible straight line. Straighter there, and your knee should be here, and your lower leg should be here, and your foot here. That's the way if you were doing really, really excellent hurdling, this is the way you would look at this moment. This is just like there's certain things you want to look for from my standpoint and to see at this point where your leg is on your toe and you're pushing off. This is what I should see. The elite girls and women all look like this. You just let your trail leg drop passively to the ground. So among other things, I would work on your trail leg, bringing that around properly. Okay? That'll help you a lot. You are going to be really good, Rihanna. Okay. Savio. Okay. I love these. I don't know, India or something like that. Hurdling in the dirt. Man, you would never see an American doing this. And I don't mean to mock you, Savio. I just really hope that Americans appreciate that every school's got a track. And here I get these other countries that are running in the grass and the dirt and broken concrete. Okay, so what do I know about Savio? 17 years old, first year hurdling. He says he's overreaching to reach the hurdles. It's causing him to lose speed. So you're obviously doing some homework. So you've already diagnosed yourself. I like your foot strike. Oop, I did, except right here. See how now your kid. Okay, so what's this? Here you are sprinting really good to the hurdle, and you're getting good steps of your foot hitting the ground underneath you or behind you, pushing back into the ground. Same thing right here. And then here we go into step 7, 8. All of a sudden, reach out on the heels. So you're slowing already to get to the hurdle. You don't want that. You want to accelerate through the hurdle. So I can see that you slow down and then you reach out and strike the ground well out in front of you, leaning back, trying to get under control. You don't want that. You want step 7 and step 8 to look as good as step 5 and step 6. You don't want to start slowing down at the hurdle. So already that's something that's ruining your speed. Okay? So I can tell, you can just tell you've given up some speed now, and now what do I do with that lack of speed? Okay, so you're a little too close to the hurdle, and you're coming up on the hurdle, and you reached your peak above the hurdle where you were supposed to have reached it already back here. Let me see what happens when I get, okay. Sometimes it's bad on the first hurdle. It gets better on the second hurdle. So let me see here. But man, your arm, getting way behind you like this, that's from being too high. Okay, so now you're really twisted here. Shoulders pulled back. Okay, not a bad first step. Not a bad second step. Okay, so you see this here where you're leaning back from your step? That's not what we want. What we want is for this leg to be right here, and then your thigh right here. Okay, so instead of what you've got going on right here. Okay. So you might be thinking, yeah, I know, but I'm having to reach to get to the next hurdle. I get that. But had you cleared that hurdle better, you might have been able to pull it off here, if that makes sense. So we got to stop slowing down at the hurdle. You need to run full speed through the hurdle, stay low on it, so you have more speed coming off of the hurdle, which is going to help you get to the next hurdle. So it's every time you do something that slows you down, like you did with step 7 and 8, and then you're twisting, it makes it harder to get to hurdle 2, and it compounds. So it gets worse through each hurdle because you keep losing more and more speed. Okay? So okay, so I also don't know the distance. Okay, if you can hear me or you can see me, my screen just blacked out. So I'm going to have to end this and do part 2 in a little while. I'm sorry, this has never happened during a live stream. So, okay.